Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Lazarus. We're now on to episode 5, which is called Pretty Vacant. In the last episode, we took care of a hacker that they thought was working with Skinner. I think his name was Dr. 909. He's also posing as a famous DJ, but basically we had the team kind of go out and get to dress up and play a couple of party goers to try to figure out what was going on there. But it turned out that the hacker had just figured out how to hack the right thing and was monopolizing on the whole Hapna incident, but didn't actually have any direct connection to Skinner. However, they did get the data that he hacked, and they realized that that data might actually lead them to how some of these medical facilities already knew that Hapna was going to be a problem. So that's where we left the episode, with them figuring out that they need to check out one of these big pharmaceutical companies. So I'm ready to jump in. Just before I do, though, a reminder that if you'd like to be in the know of when I drop episodes, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. That's too bad. Really, you gotta take him in for the... Okay, so I'm like, from the grave? Okay. I think they need a retinal scan. Is that why that's there? Are you allowed to say SoundCloud? But is it on a schedule? Why do I feel like I'm being hypnotized? Turn it off. It's probably something backwards, or it's encoded, obviously. Yeah, oh. I mean, is that even possible? I mean, so people can't find it? I mean, okay. I was like, let's not. Y'all thought that the last guys were related to Skinner, and that was a dead end. So let's just take this a little slower. So is Leland just their drone guy? That's literally why they hired this teenagers, because he can fly drones? Yeah, we all know that Axel will literally jump from a plane. Oh, flirting from above, or below, I should say. Whistling never works for looking less suspicious. Ever. The whole security team. They all like, you don't work here. You also spent 45 minutes scanning whatever it was that, oh, you're all not making it out of that elevator. Why does this look oddly intimate? These are very close quarters, but you know, my man's had time to practice in prison. Okay, but these guards are actually well trained. Oh, ma'am. But I guess they must have known he was trouble, because there's 5 of them in there. Like, anyways, that was fun. Same time next week, guys. His fighting skills are next level. But I like that he usually doesn't try to hurt them, like, permanently. Okay, it's just a vocal command. It's just a friend. None of your business. Yeah. I mean, yes, but not for this. How much Hapna have you taken? Monkey. Poor monkey. Oh, that's what that picture is. Really? You just gave up like that? Right? Like, you have a $1 billion company. Angels? Really? Their faces. What could you possibly lure him with? Oh, okay. I think he's gonna know it's a bluff. You sure? I feel like he'll know it's fake. Unfavorable? All right. Who is this guy? We still don't know who Lazarus works for. It could be government. Probably is, but... I highly doubt that. I think he's got people who could verify that without him being there. I was about to say, either salt water or Kool-Aid. Or attack someone, or take someone, steal that, and then they attack the vehicle it was stolen in. You sure? Well, backgrounds are easy to fake. Okay. They definitely get again then. That's true. Exactly. Hackers love a challenge. The fact that he's been limbering up this whole time. I guess he needs to always be on ready, the way that man moves. And the amount of fights he likes to pick. Man walking around in his Neo coat. They know you're suspicious, Doug. Why do you look so nervous, bro? Maybe he just has diarrhea, bro. Had a wicked bad lunch. You sure it's really the Arctic, though? That's what I thought. They're bouncing it, yeah. Success? Impossible to hack, huh? Are you sure? I really think he just has diarrhea. There's someone sweating inside this room. He might have just crapped his pants, yo. Yeah, you dumbass. You don't think we actually put it out there, did you? Damn, she's good. Sis, are you even trying? Yeah, you're being walked, girl. I guess you're a little rusty, huh? Thank goodness. Yes, popcorn wizard, okay. They're kind of terrifying, actually. Never thought of that, but I guess. Damn! Pakistan's cops be fast! Oh, she's leaving. She's already... too slow. Does she have the tracking on her? Does she know she's being tracked? Damn, she rich. She just be throwing out laptops like that, huh? She figured it out. Damn, you got played. Yeah, that's what happens when you get a caught hacker. I mean, they're good, but they're usually out of the loop with the really, really good ones. Okay. She's not gonna stay on the line. You can track that. But she knew who you were. That's not good. But I don't think she's working with Skinner either. She just wanted to get access to the info. Okay. Yeah, my guess is she's just happy someone actually gave her a challenge as a hacker, because you heard what the girl said. Once you get into that, you kind of get addicted to the whole idea of, having the bigger challenge and having to actually overcome the bigger challenge. But yeah, from what I'm picking up from Popcorn Wizard, I don't think she's working with Skinner. I think she probably just figured out that if a big major pharmaceutical company was talking about a cure, what would happen is what usually happens. They would make it available at a exorbitant price, and they would probably make people jump through hoops to get access to it, right? So I don't know. I'm going to assume that she's probably, on the side of righteousness and probably wanted to find out if it was real. And if it was, she probably planned on sharing it so that it would be at least a little bit less competitive. instead of just one company having it. Like, I don't know if she could actually get it made anywhere else, but you get my point. If she took that recipe and sent it to every pharmaceutical company in the world, or to local chemists even, they can at least make something like that more available. But yeah, no, another interesting episode. Like, I really like showing, like, this is the episode that showcased our hacker, right? Like, we've had one where last episode it was more about showcasing gosh, her name, the blonde. Her skills were showcased in the last episode, and we got to learn, a little bit more about her past. Before that, it was kind of Leland slash Axel, and we got Doug's past as well. So you get, they're doing a good job of giving us little sprinklings of everybody and kind of their contributions to the team and what we use them for. And in the case here, the hacker, she set a trap within a trap, but it turns out Popcorn Wizard might be ever so slightly better than her, which is fine. It's in the, like she said, in that world, it's always about trying to get better. You don't get upset when you get out hacked. You just figure out that you gotta be better for next time, right? So anyway, they did find the head of this company, this pharmaceutical company, and found out that they don't actually have any more of a clue of what's going on with Hapna than anybody else. And apparently they said they were in contact with Skinner at some point, but it dropped off when he disappeared. But that's why they've been putting up this encrypted files, because they're hoping that Skinner will see it and maybe, I guess, give them a confirmation or a denial if they're close. But obviously Skinner's not responding because he doesn't want to at this point. And we were right, but the monkey that we saw at the end of last episode, apparently that was one of their test subjects that's been on Hapna for a while. And so again, they didn't really, I think he said that was the first one, but I guess there's been more since, and they've got this eye pattern when they die. So is that because of Hapna? Is that because of the fact that they're monkeys? Like, I feel like that's not 100% that's not really the best test. I mean, animal testing happens even today. Like, even though a lot of companies, are not loud about it, like, it still happens. It's true that primates have DNA that's very close to human, but it's not human, right? There's still quite a bit of differences there. So all that to say that it's not enough of a reason to believe that Hapna is going to have the exact same effect on humans, although it's very, very close. It's probably pretty sure. But anyway, that's how they know that this threat is not idle at this point. And that's why we saw that the head of this pharmaceutical company was losing sleep and feeling hopeless, because he was like, damn, like, this is real. There's nothing we can do about it. But it looks like he was inspired by this team not giving up. So I guess, he's going to hopefully get back in the lab and see what they can do on that front. But it's interesting, though. I mean, now that Popcorn Wizard was the one to get in there and basically just mess with everything, it's going to be really hard to see whether or not Skinner actually was interested or was at all trying to poke through. We did see that one guy in the audience who was sweating. I don't think he was he the guy who took it didn't look like the same guy who rushed the stage, but it probably was. But anyway, I don't know if the point is, we don't know at this point if Skinner actually did send anybody to figure out if it's real. As I was saying in the episode, the level that he's at, the amount of planning he did for this, I just don't see him being sloppy enough. I knew he wasn't going to show up in person, but I don't think that he would want a hacker or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like he's got enough people that he could probably send somebody in there, a legit person, to go in and check it out and figure out something without being caught, right? That's kind of the level that I think he's thinking at. But in the end, it doesn't matter, because Popcorn Wizard and her antics kind of ruined this whole thing. And I figured that at this point, Skinner probably knows that it's not real. So yeah, that plan unfortunately didn't pan out. But we discovered as well from this episode that whoever is running Lazarus, whoever that bald guy was in the office, he's saying that they don't have too much more time to figure this out. And we see we're down to 21 days now. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if throughout this season, if they're going to keep this countdown going. I don't think there's 21 episodes, but that'd be cool if there was, just to follow along with these hours, but I highly doubt it. But yeah, I'm curious to see how this is going to go. Like, I'm loving how layered this plot is. Like, it's actually really well thought out, and seeing how all these different people in the team are kind of fitting together like a puzzle is very interesting to watch as well. So I enjoyed this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed watching along. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.